afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the first installment of the Fireside Chats with myself, Kiwi, and Questy here. Over the next few months, we're going to be dropping little short episodes of some very knowledgeable tips on different topics when it comes to saving for retirement, regardless of the self-directed investment you're doing or just tips and tricks that you can use, period, throughout your portfolio. So without further ado, we're going to kick off this first episode. What do you think, Questy? All right, so today's episode, we are going to cover the top 10 tips to making sure your retirement is secure. After doing some research and looking into different things that different financial planners, advisors, retirement gurus, when it comes to the different things you can hold in your portfolio, these are the top 10 tips that they say that you got to mainly keep in mind whenever you're building your retirement portfolio. So the first one, just understanding that you can start as soon as you can. I'm a younger guy, and it might, some people might be looking at this thinking, all right, well, what's this young guy going to say? I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you haven't started, it's always good to start. Get the ball rolling on it. Ideally, you're going to want to use a Roth IRA, but, starting in a traditional IRA is not a bad thing as well. So start as soon as you can. Tip number 2, treat your retirement savings like an expense. If you're paying bills on a monthly basis, like most people are, if you just add your retirement savings as an expense, like another $100 a month or $150, whatever you want to use or whatever you want to save, it's solid. So adding it like an expense in your normal savings, it'll look like your normal bills coming out. You won't be worrying about putting money away because it's going to be a monthly basis for you. Saving as much as possible in a deferred account is going to be number 3. So like a 401k at work. If your company is offering a 401k or 457 or TSP, whatever it may be, that's free money. So saving as much as you can in a plan like that and matching a contribution if the company's going to offer that, it's a huge benefit. Understanding what the deductibility is in a deferred account can be really huge for some individuals. Number 4, diversifying your portfolio. It's not always the best thing to keep all your eggs in one basket. Either your parents have told you that or you've heard the cliche saying over your lifetime. But diversifying your portfolio and understanding what the public market can do for you and the alternative and non-traditional, non-public investments can do are very, very advantageous for people that understand both markets. Number 5, touch base on considering all potential expenses. If you consider all of your potential expenses, not the things that you're spending money on a monthly or a weekly basis, but considering all of the potential expenses, it'd be really big for your financial plan. And if you don't believe me, ask my little pink friend right here. He'll tell you that there are things that you need to understand that you might need to save for. There are potential expenses that happen to everyone, so putting that in as a consideration on your financial expenses and your retirement expenses are really big to do. Number 6, including retirement as a budgeted expense. So a few tips back, we talked about saving treating your savings as an expense, but including your retirement savings as a budgeted expense for the future can also help prolong that savings plan that you've got going on. Or if you're working with a financial planner, accountant, CPA, advisor, whoever it may be, adding it in as something that you eventually will need to save for, or understanding that, hey, I might get a bonus, every 6 months, or a Christmas bonus or a quarterly bonus, whatever it is, you can use that as a periodically retirement saving inclusion in your retirement, right? So keep that in mind. Reassessing your portfolio is going to be number 7. Everyone has a portfolio when it comes to your retirement, and if you haven't, like I said in tip number 1, start as soon as you can. But for most people that do have it, reassessing it, checking your risk factor towards your age and what you're trying to save for is always a solid move. Whether it's every quarter or it's every 6 months or once a year when you do your taxes, whatever it may be, just make sure that you're reassessing it to make sure that it matches your moral path of investing. Number 8, or actually number 9, we're going to consider your spouse, right? You want to consider your spouse because they might not be saving like you are for retirement. So if they aren't, then you have to be the person that might be thinking about what's going to take care of the both of you for the rest of your life and retirement. Retirement's supposed to be your golden age, right? After the children are gone, if you've had children, or whenever you're done working for most of your life, you want to enjoy the rest, the second part of your life. And if you are going to be considering a spouse in there that hasn't been saving, that's something that you're going to want to make sure that you're budgeting for. And to tip it all off, you're going to want to work with an experienced financial planner, right? You need to make sure that you have somebody that is on your side, somebody that is, working with you the whole time, not necessarily the best person in that industry, because that might not be the best person for what you're trying to invest in or how you're trying to invest. You could be passive, you could be aggressive, you might want to go super risky or, less of a risk factor when it comes to your investments. So understanding someone that's going to help you move forward is going to be very, very big. But that's going to be Questy and my top 10 tips for securing your retirement savings. If you have any questions about how that works, we have 21 IRA specialists on staff here at Quest Trust Company. We'd be glad to help you out when it comes to the alternative side and teach you how to use a self-directed retirement account. Drop some comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel here of the Quest Trust Company channel, and we'd love to see you for some more content.